Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the FPL Double Gameweek 37 transfer plans. My name is Ryan and welcome to the football chat box. Obviously, Double Gameweek 36 is still undergoing, so we will be talking about all of that as well. I'm currently on 65 points plus, unfortunately, just 1 point from Gabriel. What a waste. So we're on 66 points. Currently 136k, but I think after subs I will most likely come to about 145 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 145 it'll come to after subs for the moment, but we'll see how things go, to be honest. But yeah, so far looking pretty decent is what I would say. Easy Shark, how are you doing? Tin, how are you doing? 1 second, I think something changed. There we go. Hello, I have good news. Number 2 in my mini league, Captain Trippier. Oh, interesting. Let's see how Newcastle's second game goes. But so far, all good. And he benched Eze and played Grealish, who did a 1 point. Lovely. All right, that looks good. That looks good for you. Good news. Good news. Well done. Now, obviously, we have 2 game weeks to go. So we're going to try and see what we can get in terms of punts and whatnot. We'll focus on the doubles first. Starting off with Chelsea against Forest. Now, annoying part about this game was that Kepa was benched. Why was he benched? I honestly have no idea. Did Lampard say anything about Kepa? Let's see. No. He didn't say anything about Kepa, so I don't know why exactly Kepa was dropped. Anything of that sort. But yeah, that was a bit annoying. Playing Newcastle gets dusted because my Brighton players are my only differential players compared to his. We both have Isak and Trippier. Ooh, well, unfortunately, I need a Callum Wilson goal. So that's one thing to kind of consider. Here we go. This is what I wanted to kind of find out. Why was Kepa benched? Kepa benching. We got 2. So Lampard said we got 2 good goalkeepers. Edu has been training well and Kepa has been playing really well. In this situation, I'm going to give Edu a game today, but to do a game today was no problem. It's not for me to say. 1 level is here and 1 level is there. He's a goalkeeper we trust, so he started. Well, that's not good news for someone like me who owns Kepa and wanted to play him in a double game week. That's actually bad news. So now I don't really know what to do, whether I start Kepa or do I bench Kepa. Honestly, I have no clue what to do with that. So I'm still deciding what exactly I should do with my goalkeeper situation. Maybe I just start Rhea, to be honest, against Spurs. Maybe. It's a tough one because it's Brentford. I feel like it's an away game, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's an away game. That doesn't help at all for Brentford. So I've got problems. I've basically got problems going into game week 37 for Chelsea. So from Chelsea, honestly, I was looking at Kepa early and I'm not looking at anyone else. The fixtures are indeed hard, so I'm not going to even bother about Chelsea, anyone else. Looks like I'm not going to have any Chelsea representatives from my team at all, to be honest. Then the other team that's doubling is United. Now, obviously, United kept a clean sheet at home. Shaw managed to get 3 bonus points, so I'm sorry for anyone who had Shaw on the bench. Martial scored, but I mean, 68 minutes only. Martial's minutes will always be managed, so keep that in mind. Is he a good option for the double in 37? I still don't feel like it, to be honest. I honestly don't think he is still a good option for the double in 37. I still think Shaw, Fernandes, and Rashford should be your top 3. Obviously, Dalot didn't play, so that raises questions on his possibility of minutes as well. I think he'll get 1 game in the double, to be honest. But I won't be surprised if Wan-Bissaka also plays 1 game. Obviously, now that Varane is back, United will probably play Varane in possibly both games in the double to make sure that we can kind of win both games because it's a must-win situation. Rashford, I think we kind of had to wait and see for press conferences. Hopefully, he is fit and okay for the double. If he's not fit and okay for the double, then I've got even more problems because I don't know what to do. Fernandes seems like the one who kind of makes sense to go for Bruno. And I think it kind of makes the most sense to go for Bruno. He's putting up some good numbers recently, to be honest. I probably might end up going for Bruno, but we'll have to see. I haven't decided yet. In minutes wise, it kind of makes the most sense to go for Bruno, to be honest. And then, obviously, you've got City, who are the other team that double. And man, oh man, this guy is on fire. Gundogan is on hot form. Now, obviously, the next 3 fixtures for City aren't the easiest. There's also the fact that if City win against Chelsea, title is done. They've won the Premier League, which means Pep has the luxury to rotate his squad for the final 2 games. Completely full on rotation, which doesn't help FPL managers in terms of trying to target a team for the double as well. And I'm expecting City to actually win that game against Chelsea, which means the game against Brighton and the game against Brentford don't look great from a City point of view. But I would love to get Gundogan as a punt. If anyone really wants to go there, feel free to. Gundogan is one of those players who, when he's on like a streak, you want to try and get on that streak because he's actually pretty good when he's on that streak. So if you can get on him, I don't mind it at all, to be honest. A pretty good option to try and get. Haaland, obviously, it does Haaland things, and Haaland is inevitable. Whether he scores a goal, somehow finds a way. Mahrez doing well for those who went for Mahrez, given that the Champions League, he was going to get rotated and going to be playing in the Premier League games while Grealish and Co got rested. I expect Grealish to come back and play for 37, to be honest. But now that they just need 1 more win and not 2 wins for the Premier League, there could be still rotation to come. Because now Pep can give minutes to players he hasn't given minutes, which is kind of a problem. But that could very well happen, which means Alvarez could actually be a decent punt. But again, not guaranteed for 2 games. Should I still get rid of Wilson to get Alvarez next game week and Gibbs White to Grealish? The thing is, the fixture for Wilson is very good, right? It's against Leicester. What I would do is, first let's see how the double against Brighton goes. See whether Callum Wilson starts that or not. That's the first thing. See whether he... What is it? See whether he plays the full 90 minutes or not. If he plays the full 90 minutes, then maybe I don't mind getting rid of him, because for me, seeing him start 3 games in a row might be, especially with close like time periods, that might be a tough one. But if he doesn't play the full 90 minutes and again gets subbed out at like 60 minutes and he's already scored, I will be very tempted to keep him, to be honest. So probably wait and see how the Newcastle versus Brighton game goes. Apart from that, City-wise, I mean, Edison managed to keep a clean sheet, even though they conceded 1.78 XGC, so they should have conceded any other team, they would have probably conceded. Funnily enough, this is the most XGC they conceded in the last, 5 games? Yeah, 5 games since they played Leicester last time. and they managed to somehow keep a clean sheet while they couldn't keep a clean sheet before that. So yeah, congrats to Edison owners though, who managed to get a clean sheet and 2 bonus points. But for me, I've got Ake. I will need to wait and see. He did train, is what Pep said before the game against Everton. So we'll see whether he features in the Champions League game. If he does, I keep Ake. I don't transfer him out because he might get at least one game probably. So I'll keep him. I won't transfer him out. If he does play in the Champions League or features any part in the Champions League, then I know at least he's fit. In terms of the final team that doubles, Brighton. Guys, anyone who has NCCO, I know a few of you guys, I think Dash also commented saying that he had NCCO. I mean, anyone who has NCCO, keep NCCO. I think he's going to play the rest of the games as well, to be honest. Kid is on form. Estupinan, I saw a lot of you benching Estupinan, or a lot of you people in the chat on the deadline stream. I told you guys to start Estupinan, and I hope you all did start Estupinan, because there he came with that goal that was kind of coming, and he's managed to get a goal. So huge haul for anyone who held on to Estupinan and started him as well. Congrats to everyone who did that. And then obviously Mitoma looked very threatening. Could have got returns. Unfortunately, he didn't, but keep Mitoma. I think he's pretty good. McAllister, anyone who went for McAllister, I'm hoping that he doesn't do anything, to be honest, because I don't have him. And I need him to stay quiet. But yeah, from Brighton, I still like Estupinan and Cisio. Pretty good options, to be honest. I think they'll get good minutes as well. So those are the teams that double. Now, the single game week teams, obviously, we've spoken on Newcastle. Wait and see how the Brighton game goes. Callum, this applies for both for Wilson and Isak. Because that Leicester game is actually pretty good for a single game week fixture. The other one is Liverpool. Liverpool play, if I'm not mistaken, they play Aston Villa at home. That could be a very interesting fixture. I've got Gakpo. I'm not sure whether I want to sell Gakpo. If I want to sell Gakpo, it would have to be because I'm wanting to get Bruno Fernandes in. And then because of that, I would probably sell Gakpo to be able to afford Bruno Fernandes. So then I might sell Gakpo, but I'm hoping that Gakpo can get something in this current game against Leicester. Salah, obviously, I'm going to continue to play. And any other teams that I want to talk about, Harry Kane still manages to find ways to score. So if you want to keep Harry Kane, if anyone has Harry Kane, the last 2 games should be good for fixtures. If I can get Harry Kane for Leeds, oof, tasty fixture. There aren't that many other players I would like to talk about from an FPL point of view. Obviously, Brentford, Tony pulled a hamstring. So anyone who has Tony, time to sell. Mitrovic, tempting fixture here, but Palace are also very decent, so this could be a very interesting fixture. Any other fixture? I mean, Watkins can be sold. There aren't any other games. I guess Eze still. Forest. This could be a very interesting game, but because he's a midfielder, I think a lot of us are going to focus on other midfielders, to be honest. But it's not a bad punt, to be honest. It's not a bad punt, but I think that we'll be focusing on doubles instead. No one else. I guess the final things is this Brighton versus Southampton game can be very tempting from Brighton perspective. So if you want players for the final game week as well, Brighton look like a really good option to get. I honestly won't mind if for some reason Callum Wilson plays, let's say he plays a full, this is 37, right? Yeah. If Callum Wilson plays a full 90 against Brighton, well, I won't be I mean, I kind of might be tempted to go Callum Wilson to NCCU as well to target that Southampton fixture. What's Brighton's last fixture for the day? Aston Villa on game week 38. We'll see. I'm tempted because I would like to get Harry Kane if possible for game week 38. But we'll have to see how things go. I still haven't decided my moves, but yeah. Bro, you last minute told me to play Estupinan and Shaw. in the last few minutes on your deadline stream, bunch of W's. Nice. That means you're doing really well this week. Well done, well done, well done. That's looking good. Now, let's talk about the cup. How is the cup going? Amit is leading. Amit looks like he's going to go into the semis at this point. Simul is beating Rushant from the penalty. Rush is not having a great week. Justin, unfortunately, is losing to James. Will is losing to Dave. Okay. Interesting, but we still have a few more fixtures to go. So we'll see how things actually end up. But yeah, Amit is usually on the deadline stream. Let's see whether he can actually go all the way. So same as James, Will, Dave, Justin, Swaraj, Srushant, and Simul. A lot of things to play for, so we'll see how it goes. In terms of league standings, your top 10 includes Mike. Luke, very tight here. Luke having a really good week, to be honest. 73 points. Shaw, unfortunately, on the bench. Because I told him to try Shaw over Botman. That was my fault, probably, on that one. But everything else, maybe Shaw might come on for Jota. You never know. Everything else seems pretty good. His scoreline looks pretty good as well. And then Davos, Sander, Simon, Mark, James, Banjo, Omar, and Shubharan are your top 10. Panel team is just outside the top 10 by 1 point. And then Amit, Ate, Dave, James Hensman, Kano, Vignesh, Steve, FPL Bruno, and Roy, who's also on the panel team, who's having a really good week. So yeah, that's basically it. Transfer wise, Fernandez on my watch list, Gundogan on my watch list, Luke Shaw on my watch list. Maybe a goalkeeper, although I don't really see much upside. I don't actually mind starting Kepa and seeing how things go. I don't know. We'll have to see. If not, otherwise I had to go to maybe a De Gea or something like that. I don't know. But apart from that, anyone else on my watches? It's just those three: Shaw, Fernandez, Gundogan, possibly NCCO, depending on how the Newcastle versus Brighton game goes, and if I can find a way to fit in Harry Kane in all of this. And apart from that, I think that's basically it. Yeah, short stream today. Nothing too much. Like, it's just 2 game weeks to go. We kind of had to wait and see how things fold out. But yeah, any other questions from anyone's? How is everyone's game week going on? I think that's basically it. Cool. Everyone looking okay by the looks of it. So I think we'll end it here. So shout out to everyone who has joined the chat as well, and then thank you all for watching. We'll call it here. We'll end it here. Short video because nothing really too much to talk about with just 2 more game weeks to go. So I'm looking forward to seeing how things fold out in the Leicester Liverpool game. Because I want to see what to do with Gakpo as well, with what I have. And then obviously Newcastle Brighton is still a key game with a lot of people having anywhere between 4 to 6 players. So it will be very interesting to see how that game unfolds as well. And yeah, so far looking good for this week. Bunch of green arrows is what I'm looking at for the moment. So we'll see how things unfold. Thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you to Easy Shark for watching, and for Tin also joining, and anyone else who's watching this as well. Thank you very much. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe while you're new. I'll see you all probably Wednesday for a podcast. Most likely Wednesday or Thursday. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later. Peace out, everyone.